make sure that the person you want to be introed to would actually want to meet you.
What are you bringing to the table that would
Yes.
interest this person?
Asking for like Peter Thiel or Sam Altman without bringing anything to the table is like asking somebody to drive their Ferrari just because you feel like it.
Welcome to Married to the Startup. I'm Alicia McKenzie, a wellness entrepreneur and digital creator. Alongside me is my amazing husband, George, the CEO who's always ready for a new challenge. We've been navigating marriage and running startups for over a decade, and we're here to share the real, unfiltered journey with you. Join us for insights and candid conversations about integrating love, family, and entrepreneurship. This is Married to the Startup, where every day is a new adventure.
Welcome to episode 48 of Married to the Startup.
48.
48.
Dang. That's almost as old as I am.
It is?
It is as old as I am.
As old as you are.
I know. If I had one episode for every year, I've been alive.
I don't even know where to start. We have so much goodness to talk about today.
Do we?
We do. Okay. Let's start with, I was approached by a reality TV show. I'm not going to say which one. This was at the beginning of the year in the local DC area. Ultimately, it was decided that I was not the right fit because they were fearful that I would not give. Like,
the drama.
No, they didn't say that per se.
But that's what they meant.
We don't know. I'm not reading between the lines. All I'm saying is that
you were not chosen.
When I went into the process, it was multiple levels of interviews, and ultimately we did not go forward, which I was on the fence on whether or not I was going to go forward with this anyways, because it just did not feel like it was in alignment with anything that I wanted to do. But somebody always told me, take the meeting. So no matter what you do, you always take the meeting. But needless to say, a few headlines dropped this week that one of the stars was being not indicted, she was charged. Is that the same thing? She was arrested. Was she indicted? What's the difference?
Yeah. No, I think it's the same thing.
Is it the same thing?
Yeah.
I've never gone through either, so I don't know the differences.
Yeah.
I don't know the nuances of going through the law enforcement system.
You have to be indicted and then arrested.
Okay. She was arrested for, I think it was 14 counts of fraud.
Mm-hmm. Fraudulence.
And financial fraud.
It's quite an interesting read.
Insurance fraud. But her and her husband were both arrested. Allegedly. They staged some burglaries.
Well, allegedly, yeah. They had insurance fraud. They claimed burglaries on items of
attuned to almost $500,000. So I think it was like $450,000 is what they're saying.
That's what they're being accused of.
Yes. And
it's a lot of luxury items.
But that just leads me to believe that they were portraying a lifestyle that they weren't necessarily living.
Well, that was, and that's in the police report that, they had uncovered as they found holes in the story.
Mm-hmm.
And they did more digging. One, they found evidence via social media posts that she was wearing jewelry that she had reported stolen during the time that it was supposed to be at home and was stolen. She was wearing it on her vacation. And then as they dug in, they found that the couple they said, I think the burglar report said, they had a large amount of personal debt.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
And the only reason I'm even aware of this is because when it happened, several people screenshot the story and sent it to me. And one of them was like, there is no way you could have kept up with this.
Yes.
And I mean, no, there is no way I could match with the drama that came with this show.
Mm-hmm.
But it also leads me to believe that if you are living your life one way to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be validated externally, there might be some inner work that needs to be done. And we were just joking around upstairs, and I was like, nobody could pick our friends out from a lineup that if you were to guess their net worth and like put it over their heads.
Yeah, that you would guess correctly.
They would never match up.
Yeah.
They would never match up. I'm like, you walk around like a bum.
Hey,
our friends are, you can't get dress shoes on one of our friends. Like he wears nothing but sneakers everywhere.
But they're all really nice sneakers.
They are all really nice sneakers, but sneakers nonetheless. And I feel like our core group of friends are genuinely really down to earth.
Yeah, and I think it took me a while to learn it. And I think it probably works with everything in life. It works. I know it works in business and it works in family. It's just being authentic to who you are and being you all the time. Like, don't pretend to be somebody you're not. And that works in business too. I know a lot of people that pretend to be passionate about it or want to portray themselves as something to either their colleagues or to their customers, and then in reality, that's not who you are. If you're authentic to who you are, it comes across. Makes selling a lot easier, and people trust you, and they know what they're getting. It's the people that you don't know that are the worst. And I've said that about, like, there's lots of people that I've done business with, that the authentic ones, even if I don't like them, I understand who they are and what drives them and what their values are, and I can deal with it. The people that I don't know, that they say one thing, they do another, they're pretending to be like, people who are always out for themselves, you can tell pretty quickly, and you always know, hey, whatever decision they make, they'll make the one that's in align with their best interests. So it's easy to work with them. And people that are fake, and then I think a lot of people do that, when you have either problems with who you are as, your own authentic person, then you dress it up on the outside to be something else, to be what other people want you to be.
I think we've done a good job at what you see is what you get.
Yeah, it's interesting. And I feel like almost all of those reality TV shows are probably 100% that. It's 100% everybody pretending to be what they think the camera wants them to be, or their audience wants them to be, and what will get eyeballs. And it goes beyond that. It goes to social media. It goes to all of it. Like, people pretend to be something they're not.
The only franchise I wish I was a part of was the one in New York, because they genuinely look like they have fun. There is one character in the New York franchise, and I'm absolutely obsessed with her. And that's because I feel like she is very much like what you see is what you get. I mean, I don't know her personally, so probably not, but she comes off very authentic on screen, on social media. And it always makes me happy when people come up to me and they're like, you look exactly like you look on your social media. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Right? Because it's no filter. No filter, but also I don't do a lot. Like, I don't wear a ton of makeup, so on and so forth.
Yeah, and it's not like you wear staged clothing items for each post, right? Or like, oh, I'm going to go buy this really expensive outfit, an ensemble, take some pictures, and then stage those for a week's worth of posts, and then take everything back. Return.
It blows my mind. Nordstrom,
common Instagram thing.
Nordstrom has the most lenient return policy I have ever seen.
I'm sure people abuse it constantly. The amount of content creators like I've seen show up with stuff like they still have tags on it, or like the pleat is still sewed together. It's the same with guys, like suits. You can tell like when the pocket is still sewn together. You haven't taken that thread out.
The darts out.
And the same with the back.
Yeah.
So people that don't wear suits very often.
Of course. Well, don't wear suits very often, but also I'm a creature of like, let's invest in pieces that can be reworn for years to come. And I try to teach my kids that too. I'm like, I don't let them shop at garbage stores once they're done growing.
Yeah. When your item of clothing lasts less than a quarter, then yeah, you should probably not invest because it's not going to last very long.
No, I give up.
They grow too quickly and they destroy it.
They destroy it. It's like my sweet little girls had the same pair of leggings all year, and these little buttheads go through freaking pants in like 3 weeks.
Because it's sliding constantly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyways.
But I think that was interesting what we were talking about upstairs related to this article of how little you know about bonds.
Oh my gosh. Yes. So apparently the bail was set to $50,000. But I guess I don't know how this works. Okay, so let's say I get arrested for fraud and I go to jail, right? They arrest you and they take you to jail. Is that what happens?
Yes.
So you go to like a real county jailhouse.
Correct.
Okay, and then they're like, all right, your bail is set to $50,000.
Yep.
Then what?
All right. So if you have the $50,000, you can post your bail and then you go home.
So you give them all of the $50,000.
Option A, sure. You give them $50,000 and then you go home. And then when you appear in court for your date of court, you'll get that $50,000 back minus any kind of court fees.
I had no clue that you got bail back.
It's not a fine. It's just a financial incentive for you to actually appear in court.
How do you know this?
Didn't you basic civics? I don't know. Wasn't it like civics that they taught you this stuff?
I don't ever recall being taught about bails and bonds. Okay.
Maybe in Culpeper, they teach you different stuff.
Maybe in Culpeper, they teach you different stuff. Okay. So then what happens?
So then you go to court and you get your money back. So option B, let's say you don't have $50,000.
Yeah.
So you go to a bail bondsman, which most of the time those are like right outside the courthouse or right outside the jail. There's a bunch of bail bondsmen.
Okay.
And then they will post a bond for you and you have to put up 10%. So in that case, if you had a $50,000 bond, you would have to pay the bail bondsman $5,000. They would post the $50,000 and then you get nothing back. So that's the fee.
Do you pay interest?
No, it's $5,000, period. But you're done. You don't pay any more.
That seems like a better deal.
No, you're out $5,000.
Oh, versus them giving you 50. But I mean,
But you get $50,000 back if you post it yourself.
Minus any court fees.
Right, but the court processing fees are nominal.
Are they?
Yeah, it's like $500 this fee or $250 that fee. It's like small stuff, not 10%.
Okay.
And that's why you remember that show Dog the Bounty Hunter?
No.
You remember that?
I remember. Isn't that guy with that blonde mullet?
Yeah, exactly.
That's about.
So he was a bail bondsman. They would post bail for people. So then when you skipped your court appearance,
Mm-hmm.
so now the bail bondsman, if you don't show up to court or they don't get you, they're out the $50,000. So they go hunt your ass.
Oh my gosh, is that what that show is about?
Yes, he's finding them and bringing them to justice.
No way.
Yeah, and they were all in like Hawaii, so it's a small island. Like, where the fuck are you gonna go?
Wow, I really never understood the context.
Yeah, so that's
that
how. Now you know. Now you know.
Oh my gosh, it makes so much sense.
The more you know. We should have one of those banners go across.
No, I thought they were hired by the court to go find people who didn't show up to jail. I didn't realize they loaned them money.
They loaned them money. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've learned so much today.
You have.
I don't know if any of our audience has, but
Pretty sure our audience is familiar with bonds
no.
and jail.
No.
No?
Not at all.
We'll see. We'll see.
Okay, pretty interesting. So, bottom line, stay off reality TV and don't commit insurance fraud.
And be authentic.
That too. All right, moving on. Can we talk about buying a company versus starting one from scratch?
Sure.
Because I know
What do you want to talk about?
we've done both. You've done both, right? You started one from scratch.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then
I've bought into one.
you did buy one.
Yes. Yeah, they're both, both had their ups and downs.
Yeah.
The starting one, I think there's nothing better.
No?
No,
You
because
didn't consider it more stressful?
it's a different kind of stress, but then you are involved from the creation and you're not having to change something.
Mm-hmm.
Like being able to, start from nothing, make decisions, change decisions, continue to move, just keep swimming like in a startup. It's great. The only problem with that is the one that I did, it was bootstrapped. So in the beginning, you have zero cash.
We were very
right?
poor.
So that's very challenging.
Yeah.
And it presents its own set of challenges. Payroll, and you can only grow as fast as your payroll or cash flow will allow.
Yeah.
Which, is a hindrance to
Mm-hmm.
growth. Secondarily, like acquiring a company, you acquire all of the problems that it had.
Yeah.
Right. And the thing that I struggled with the most in the one company that I did buy is you have to.
That was a unique case, though.
It was very unique. But I'd say when I did the PE thing, we did the roll up, it was a very similar set of challenges. So when you do any kind of big change like that, I think the rule is, I think it's 10, 80, 10, but I think there's bigger percentage. So it's like 10% of the people, they're going to be gung-ho. They're going to be all about it. Like, oh, this is so excited. I'm glad you came in. I've been looking for new change, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And then there's 50 to 60 to 80% that are like, okay, skeptical, what's going on?
Indifferent.
Yeah. And then there's like 10% that'll fight you,
Yeah.
that hate it. And the hardest part is finding those 10% and getting them out.
Yeah.
And I'll say that the company that I bought wholesale, we didn't have many of the bottom 10%, and they were easy to identify. The problem that came, it was kind of just breaking the crutch of, in a small startup, everybody goes to the founder. Like the founder is the lead person. And when that founder is no longer in charge, it's hard to put processes in place and hold people accountable
Yeah.
when they're used to doing it the other way. Right? And they feel like, oh, you may be the new owner, but I'm still talking to founder X.
Yeah.
And this is the process we used to use, so I'm going to use that process because I know it works. Your process is too cumbersome. It's too much bureaucracy. I'm not doing that shit. I'm going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And breaking that right? And then getting people to align to your core values that you're instituting and what you want and where you're trying to go. Because oftentimes founder-led companies, they have a vision that the founder had. And, that could be, I'm going to save the world, or I'm going to do whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Got to be the coolest place to work for people, 18 to 24, whatever. And then if you come in with a different, goal or core value or belief system, you have to kind of get everybody to value that and be a part of it.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time, and there's a couple of approaches, and one is like the Doge approach, the approach that Elon and all them use. You just cut hard and you go to the bone, right? Fire everybody, hire people back, bulldoze it.
Yeah.
If you lose customers, so be it. Right? You just got to crush, go. And then there's the low and slow approach. And I think that there's, when I did the PE thing, that, we did the low and slow approach, and I wish I'd have bulldozed it. Right. And it was more of, I identified the 10% that were going to be trouble, but I was ineffective to get rid of them. And that's, could be my fault some, but it was mainly,
I don't think it was.
It was mainly the board and, the private equity folks, right? Their risk tolerance was basically zero. So, if you fire that person, then revenue could walk out. We can't do that, which made it, all the more challenging. So I don't know. I like, they both could be good approaches. Like bootstrapping it just, the sense of accomplishment and being able to grow from zero just really, is invaluable. And when you do it, the excitement that the team can have, like every dollar, every new customer, every new contract, just is a huge win, right? Where you get to a certain size and the wins don't feel as great anymore.
Yeah.
And it's all about the losses. It's, hey, I'm supposed to grow 20%. If I lose a big customer, that's a 10% hole. So now I got to grow 40% or 30%. And then when I grow the 10% that I was counting on, right, you don't celebrate it because like, that just fills the hole of the 10% that I lost. Now I got to go get 20%.
So when you have a company like Carlyle that goes in and takes these failing companies and turns them around, how do they do it so effectively?
I think it's different. Like, I know people out there, and I've talked to several, they're like, oh, there's a playbook, right? Oh, they have a playbook on it, and they have this, they have that. If there was a playbook, in my opinion only, if there was a playbook, like, I don't think the world is that we've created these new capitalist, business operating processes that someone has a book that no one else knows or read. And when I talk to people that run some of these portfolios, like I asked them point blank, like, how do you do it? And it's people, right? I find or hire, I'm good at hiring and attracting and finding the right people to put in charge.
Yeah.
And I give them
full leniency.
I give them the financing and the empowerment to go execute.
Interesting.
And it works. And if you get a company that's bad, right, that, if you screw it up, they're like, I was failing anyway. And if you turn it around anywhere, any kind of good, then you're like, wow, you're a miracle worker.
Yeah.
And, I think there's a lot of people that talk about private equity, whether, back in the day it was, hey, we're going to take these gigantic public companies or these companies that are being run poorly,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll buy them. And then we will institute our lean, mean operating machine model. Right. And we'll use all these process improvements and we'll do all these things and we'll turn it into this highly optimized, efficiently run organization. And then we sell it for a profit multiple. I think those days are gone. I don't think there's that many. I'm sure they're all poorly run in some fashion, but it's not like, let's come in, put in a proven operator and 10x the profit.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of private equity companies, at least the ones that I've been associated with, or know the people that are in the room with them and know that they're some of the least efficiently run organizations because they got these board members that don't really do anything. They're ineffectual. They're just in there, collecting equity or trying to, and they're just yes men. And in my view, a board should provide value and help drive the company with the CEO and be a sounding board and also, hold them accountable to, what they're trying to deliver and, make sure that, the vision that they have for the company are aligned with, shareholder values. But a lot of them are just, hey, we just put people on the board and they're just, supposed to give intros or they have a name that somehow makes my company, look better because so-and-so's on my board.
Logo hunting, except with people.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know if maybe that opens doors for meetings or for partnerships, but I'm not sure it really helps grow the business.
I think what's really difficult is that all of this stems down to people. right? And
we overcomplicate everything.
it's like hiring A people versus hiring B people versus hiring C people. You can only manage effectively as your best person
Or your worst person.
or your worst person.
Yeah. So A players, hire A players. And as soon as you get a B player in, a B player doesn't know what an A player looks like anymore because they think they're an A player. So B players only hire B and C players. So as soon as you start introducing B players, it all goes downhill.
Very true.
Yeah, it's a challenging world. So I mean, that's the problem. Not the problem. And the other challenge of the startup is every employee you got to be incredibly selective.
Was
as
it
you hire.
you telling me that Elon hired? What was it?
I think it was the first 3,000 or
the first
5,000,
he
something
did
of SpaceX. He interviewed everybody.
every interview for the
Yeah.
first like 3,000 hires of
Isn't that
SpaceX.
crazy?
That's wild, right? Like that level of
Yeah, at Defense Point, I would say the first 100 people, one of the 5 of us were on every interview.
yeah, absolutely.
And it was just common. For me, it was like when I was commuting then to DC every day, it was a ride home. When I had, windshield time, I was doing interviews. Like I'd just sit on the tech interview, ask a couple questions, trying
It's
to feel
so
out who
like
they are.
you don't know how good you have it until it's gone.
Yeah,
like-
but that's what we used to do.
Yeah, hindsight, and you're like, man, those were the best of times.
Yeah, I think I don't know, distance. Everything makes it better. Like every year goes by, the 6 weeks we did in Europe seems more and more awesome. But when we were there, it was great. It was great when we were there, but it was challenging.
It was challenging.
But every year that goes by past that, you forget all the little things that go wrong. That's the thing that's hard to stay present with, is that all those little challenges that stress you out day in, day out. When you're doing something, that all of those things get lost in the wash, right? And when you remember the highlights and even the struggles. You don't remember the nitty gritty, like, so-and-so didn't show up for work today, right?
No.
You remember, man, you remember when we won that contract and those were great times. And even though we lost that customer, we didn't know, and we were so bummed out about it, but it turned out to be a blessing in disguise because we pivoted to X, Y, or Z. Like, it's so hard in the moment to know that. But
yeah. Or it's just like walking around. I have to go check the mail, and I have a purse full of checks.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, can you swing by the bank? And I'm like, oh, it's $100,000 in my bag right now.
Yeah.
This is like 15 years ago. Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like wild to look back and think about. But
yeah. And then, I think the challenges with when you buy another company is, it could be beneficial too, because you don't start from zero.
Is there like a sweet spot in buying a company? Like, you don't want to buy one that's been around for so long that it has so many issues, but you don't also want to buy a company that's like 6 months old.
I think it all depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a sweet spot. It's maybe like,
but some of the older ones, man, if you have a good book of business that you can rely on, like they're in cash cow phase where it's, hey, I have 10 clients that have been with me for 10 years.
Yeah.
They're probably not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So you can count on that revenue while you turn that company into what you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, for me, that's the bigger value of buying something that already exists. It's not, hey, I want to take what you have and make it, 10x better than it is today. It's more of, hey, can I take what you have and turn it into what I want? Like, I have a vision for the company I want to create. You could be the seedling for what I'm trying to grow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll leverage what you have today to build or grow you into what I want you to be. So let's say you're just a services business that does, network operations stuff. You're just monitoring, or you're helping, route switch, access point circuits. And I could see that and say, oh, that'll be a good entry level, give me a good customer base that I can then sell my cyber stuff to and use that to grow. And then, over in 3 years, that network component will be a small, small fraction of the revenue we have.
Yeah.
But it's great to start with something. You're collecting a paycheck day one. You have money to put into marketing. You can hire a salesperson, like all those things you can't do in a startup. You're all 3 of those things.
Financing is easier.
Yeah.
Leverage.
Mm-hmm. Having an asset that you can leverage.
Mm-hmm. Well, food for thought for your next thing.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. All right, moving on. What's your new favorite app?
Is it an app, Sora? I guess it is an app.
I feel like it's an app.
It is.
What is app short for?
Application?
Yeah, application.
I guess it's an app. It's pretty cool, though.
What is it?
Just an AI video generator.
Uh-huh. And
Yeah.
OpenAI
has.
I have not used
Part
it.
of OpenAI. I sent you the invite. You should join.
Do I have to download anything?
No, you can just use the SaaS component if you want.
I don't have the
ChatGPT.
I don't have the ChatGPT app.
then yeah, however you use ChatGPT, use it through your browser. You can use Sora through your browser.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you do with it? And
Well, you upload your avatar. So you basically give it access to your camera and you take a picture or like 2-second video of your face, and it looks at you forward and you go right and left. And then it has you repeat 3 numbers like 41, 87, 67. And then from there on, you can choose your avatar, or you can choose other avatars that people that you're friends with that you allow. So you can allow your avatar to be used by other people and you to use other people's avatars.
Wow.
So friends, you can create little friend groups, and then you can create.
Do you have any friends?
I have not, because I don't do that. The people that shared it with me, I'm sure they would use my avatar if I allowed them.
Yeah.
But then you can tell it, just like in a ChatGPT prompt, what you want the video to be. Be like, okay, use George McKenzie, have him playing pickleball with George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, and it will generate an AI video of that. Just like I sent you the video, I did I have George driving a black Lamborghini on A1A with a teacup poodle on his lap, and it created a 20-second short.
With a dog that looks just like Fitzgerald Grant.
Yes. And I'm driving the Lambo and talking about the waves and how amazing the day is. And it's my voice. It's pretty cool.
Very odd. Very odd. Okay. You know what's really strange is that since you sent this to me, I have been seeing Sora videos pop up on TikTok and like Facebook
I'm
Shorts.
sure. Why would you not? Like, I'm sure that's how everyone's going to do Instagram now.
Oh my gosh.
Constant Sora generated feeds.
I don't like it. I like real life.
Yeah.
Okay. Last subject, which is kind of interesting because I have been doing a lot of sponsor pitching and cold calling and emailing. So the title of this Substack was The Only Right Way to Ask for an Intro. So let's say I'm going to go to so-and-so because I know he knows so-and-so, and I'm going to ask for an intro. Networking, basically, versus cold emailing. Because
always better with a warm intro.
Yeah.
Someone did that to me this last week.
I was just going to ask, how many people come to you for warm intros? Does it happen often? And what do? Do you ignore them? Do you?
Not that often. Sometimes.
Used to more often.
Yeah. I mean, it still happens sometimes. Yeah.
Okay. So I want the headline of this warm intro ask because I'm curious.
Last week?
Yeah.
It's interesting. So it started like one of my friends texted me and said, hey, would you recommend so-and-so, for a job? And I was like, yeah, he's a good dude. Right. And he knows the stuff in cyber. And she goes, oh, okay, because my wife was trying to get an intro to him. And then like 10 seconds later, I get a text from his wife along with the cyber lead for this gigantic company who said, hey, can you give a warm intro to cyber lead for this gigantic company to, this guy that you know. And it was the same guy, obviously. Yeah. And I was like, sure. What do you want the intro to be about?
Yeah. Okay.
Like, what do you want?
Okay. Right. And that was like this 101 mechanics of an introduction, right? Number 1 is the ask, right? So you email the connector requesting an intro. Number 2 is the forward, right? Thought you two should connect because of X, Y, and Z, right? Number 3 is the target says sure. Number 4, you loop the connector in and then you swoop back in and book.
Yep. So that's kind of what it is. So once I got that intro, once I got the request, I texted him in a different thread and said, hey, would you mind me giving you an intro to this person who's the head of cyber for this company who may have a career opportunity for you?
Yeah.
And he said, sure. So then I went back to that. And then I created a new thread with the 2 of them and said, hey, we'd like to do a warm introduction between so-and-so cyber guy and so-and-so other guy and say, hey, I always like to put like-minded people together. And in this case, it's even better because you're both, good people, and putting good people together always works out.
Okay. So
I'll let you guys take it from here. That's kind of what I said.
And that was via text message?
All via text.
That is such a pain in the ass.
Yeah, I know. Well.
And that's like one of the bad asks hall of shame, like things you shouldn't do.
Which is what?
Don't ask via text.
Oh, well, that's how I got it.
Don't ask via WhatsApp or X, right? These are unforwardable and it's just inconvenient for the person who's trying to connect.
Yeah. So, right? I had 3 different text threads going.
See, if you want an intro,
make it easy.
Yeah. Because I will
forward email below.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's much easier.
Right? Like I feel like that's warm intro 101. Like don't, and this just goes to boundaries, right? Like when I'm dealing with work stuff, I do not want it in my text messages.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Period. Like there are other easier, more trackable ways.
Yeah, Teams or
Slack
or
or email,
yeah.
right? Like email.
Yeah, I like email. Email is it's like the communication mechanism where you keep trying to kill, but it's still the most efficient.
It's the most efficient. And what's insane is that your email box drives me crazy.
Why?
Because you have like 15,000 unread emails.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me.
Obviously.
I deal with today.
And the
I
fact
don't go back. If I can't get to it today, I normally don't go
and
back.
the fact that you prefer email
I do.
as your means of communication says a lot, because your email box gives me like the hives. I look at it and I start to panic.
Well, there's a lot of junk in there.
I know. Like, just unsubscribe from all of it.
That sounds like work. That sounds like effort.
Oh, man.
So was there a pointer for how best to ask? When is it faux pas to ask?
I don't think there is any faux pas to ask, right? I think it's there was no real never ask, but it's make sure that the person you want to be introed to would actually want to meet you, right? Like of value. You have to have like,
yeah. So what are you bringing to the table that would
Yes.
interest this person? Why would they want an introduction to you?
Exactly. And
versus why do you want an introduction to them?
Precisely. Can you do a warm intro to X? I have a product that would fit their company perfectly, right? That's your ask.
Yeah.
But it can't just be, oh, I want to meet this. And let me see it. Let me find it because it was really funny.
I want to meet CEO of XYZ.
Yeah. So asking for like Peter Thiel or Sam Altman without bringing anything to the table is like asking somebody to drive their Ferrari just because you feel like it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's the same thing. You have to have something of value for these people in order for the warm intro to even be considered. And then also asking, like, don't ask via LinkedIn. Don't make it long. Like, that's another thing. Sending a long, like, paragraph of why I need to be introed. No, be short, be to the point.
Yep. So no write-up of why your product fits, just that your product fits.
Exactly. Make it short. And if somebody doesn't respond, don't keep sending emails, right? One follow-up. That's kind of all you need.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of asking for intros.
No,
I don't.
I'm not either.
I'm not a big networking person.
You're not a big sales guy, though.
I'm not a big I don't network.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
Maybe you should network more.
Maybe I need to.
Do you want me to create a company for you too so we can help men network?
No.
Through life's transitions?
Transition? Wow. No.
No? Right? Like entrepreneurship to unemployed.
I'm not unemployed.
Unemployed to buying a company.
Yes.
Right? Life's transitions. There's a company for that. I have a solution.
Mm-hmm.
We host 4 quarterly lunches.
I think I've heard this. Do you have a playbook for this?
I do have a playbook.
A franchise model?
Yeah. All of the above.
So we can go back to his story, not her story.
Okay. I think we're done. The end.
Okay. Bye-bye then.
Thank you for tuning in to Married to the Startup. We hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please take a moment to like, rate, and subscribe to our podcast. Your support helps us reach more people and keeps the conversation going. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, drop me a message. I love hearing from you guys. Until next time.
George, out.